folks, at Rebel News, we always endeavor to get the other side of the story, so we were quite thankful indeed to spot Greg Dumichel of the Royal Canadian Mounted Henchmen earlier this month. Dumichel was providing bodyguard services for the Prime Minister at a Richmond Hill, Ontario vigil for those Canadians who were massacred by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps back in 2020. Dumichel is also perhaps Canada's most infamous Mountie these days. And wow, did I have questions for this thug, given what he did to me a year ago this month. Here, check it out.
Ms. Freeland, how come the IRGC is not a terrorist group? Why is your government supporting Islamo-Nazis? What? Excuse me. What are you doing?
You're under arrest for assault.
What, sir?
Why are you pushing me? You're under arrest for assault.
Who are you?
You're under arrest for assault.
What are you talking about? Police, you're under arrest for assault. How am I under arrest? You bumped into me. You pushed into me. You bumped. I was just scrubbing. I got my credentials here, and you just bumped into me. So excuse
Police, me. You're under arrest.
What is your name and your badge? What is your name and your badge?
You've been told you're under arrest.
Why am I under arrest? He blocked my way. What? I was just scrumming Christian Freeland.
I'm a police officer. You're under arrest.
What is your name and your badge?
Assaulting a police officer.
Do you know, folks, that Christian Freeland's campaign slogan for her quest to become the next leader of the Liberal Party of Canada is free land, 2 words, all uppercase? I guess this former journalist no longer gives a rodent's rectum when it comes to freedom of the press, alas. And we found out that to be the case on Sunday when Rebel News and other independent media people were frog-marched out of the venue that was hosting Fraulein Freeland's Toronto campaign launch. Nice. But back to Uncle Fester of the Mounties. I wanted to find out what motivated this so-called law enforcement officer to physically assault and falsely arrest me last January at the very same vigil. By the way, that mugging was perhaps our most viral video of 2024, meaning that you, the viewers, are also very interested in police behaving badly, I should think. And so it was that cameraman Lincoln J. spotted Dumichel leaving the Richmond Hill Center for the Performing Arts for whatever reason, and we decided to tag along in the hopes of interviewing him because even when it comes to the bad guys, we believe in getting the other side of the story. At least we try. What followed next was bizarre. Namely, Dumichel driving first eastbound and then westbound on Highway 407. Was he lost? Or more likely, did he spot us spotting him and he wanted to, well, ditch us like yesterday's newspaper? He eventually fled to an Ontario Provincial Police detachment on Bathurst Street. That's where Dumichel called the cops on me, even though he is a cop, but never mind. Here, check out some more video evidence.
Hey, Mr. Dumichel, how are you? You look lost. You're going back and forth on the 407. You know, a lot of our viewers would like to know, why aren't you confined to a desk job? Can you hear me? Hello? Why are you still on active duty? No? You're not so tough 1 year later. Look at this, folks. It's Uncle Fester of the Mounties, a.k.a. Craig Dumichel. Why were you driving back and forth on the 407? That's a toll highway on the taxpayer fund. This is an OPP detachment. Why would you be here? Isn't this amazing, folks? This is the guy who a year ago today roughed me up, falsely arrested me. Cat got his tongue. Why is he so silent? And here he is. Oh, he's called the OPP on us. I don't know if we've broken any laws, but I guess new a new adventure awaits. So, Mr. Dumichel, would you like to talk about that?
Well, at least one thing is for certain, namely, Dumichel is a compulsive liar. He likely didn't notice the dash cam that was mounted on the Menzoid mobile, which adroitly shows that, contrary to his allegation, we did not, quote, blow through a red light, end quote. But as you just saw, he did not answer my questions. He did not get out of his vehicle. He did not lower his window. He didn't even make eye contact with me. Hey, whatever happened to... Tough guy. Of course, falsely making a police report turned out to be a tactic for us to be detained by the OPP as Dumichel scurried away from more impolite questioning. By the way, isn't it a crime to make a false police report, even if you are the police? Then again, the woke OPP would seem to be more interested in thought crimes these days. Check out this video of me being arrested in Little Fergus, Ontario last May. The charge, at least the official charge, was trespassing, which is laughable given that I was on a public field asking spectators what they thought about Ash Davis, a biological male playing rugby with biological females, in violation of World Rugby rules, by the way. But the OPP, they don't care about that. Here, check it out.
You're under arrest for trespassing. Okay.
Why?
You're in the... Okay, hands behind your back, please.
Are you kidding me?
No, hands
Listen,
behind your back.
I'm not on the field.
Yes, you are. Hands
I'm
behind
not.
your back.
I'm not. How?
Hands behind your back, please.
Are you getting this, guys?
Can you please
Hands
stop
behind-
resisting?
I'm not
Just
on the
place
field.
your hands behind your back.
I'm not on the field.
David.
Do you have to
David.
handcuff me?
Hands behind your back now.
Well, folks, this is my equipment. I'm going to give it to my cameraman. Okay.
Just let it go, and your cameraman can grab it for you. Okay?
This is Doug Ford's Praetorian Guard. They are arresting me on a trumped up charge. I never trespassed on the field, and they are tolerating this man injuring female players.
Wow, isn't that something? You know, if I was trespassing, then so were the other spectators. But again, never mind. You know, folks, we back the blue, or we try to back the blue. But when police act like this, is it any wonder why so many people are losing faith in law enforcement? But back to Dumichel. Why is he such a timid little pussycat these days? How did he go from barking out threats to embracing the silent treatment? Gee, you don't think it has anything to do with the international humiliation he received last year when the world saw, via video evidence, that he assaulted me, not vice versa, and that he falsely arrested me on trumped up bogus charges. And, you know, it speaks to the entitlement and, yes, stupidity of a rotten cop like Dumichel that he would behave that way when several individuals, plus security cameras, were recording his thuggish actions on video in real time. You know, it makes you wonder, how would Dumichel have behaved if there wasn't a camera in sight? Now that is really disturbing, my friends. By the way, this wasn't the first time I have had to endure a violent encounter with the Mounties for the egregious crime of practicing journalism. I hearken back to December 2021. I was standing on a sidewalk outside the Brickworks restaurant in Toronto. You see, days earlier, Justin Trudeau urged Canadians not to get together for Christmas. You know, there'd be a lack of social distancing in doing so, and with all that COVID-19 pandemic stuff in full force, that would make Christmas time just too unsafe. So, can you imagine our surprise when Blackface staged a $1,700 a plate fundraiser at the Brickworks, in which deep-pocketed liberal cultists were packed into the eatery like proverbial sardines. Our mission was to ask the PM, why the double standard? Why was he donning the guise of the Grinch and demanding Canadians cancel Christmas, yet was full speed ahead when it came to staging a fundraiser for the Liberal Party of Canada? Well, alas, I never got to ask any questions because as I was standing on a public sidewalk, hoping to scrum the Prime Minister, this is what transpired.
Seriously? What are you doing? Get off me. Hey, I can... Hey, this is assault. Move. I'm on a side... What is this? I'm on a sidewalk. I am on a sidewalk. What is this? You cannot touch me. No rushing over. Hey. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Let go of me. What is this? You can't. Am I under arrest? Am I under arrest?
Absolutely shocking. Trudeau actually sent out his goon squad to physically assault me for the possibility that I might ask an insensitive question, that I might expose his incredible hypocrisy. That is banana republic garbage, folks. But then again, we can't grow bananas in Canada, so let's just call our once proud dominion a maple syrup republic. In any event, regarding Dumichel's most recent behavior, I reached out to RCMP Media Relations since he has no intention of talking to me. I had 9 specific questions. 1, why did Dumichel leave the Richmond Hill venue early, given that the Prime Minister was still in attendance? 2, what was his intended destination? 3, why did he and or his partner drive to a Richmond Hill OPP detachment? 4, why did he and or his partner falsely accuse me of violating the Highway Traffic Act? 5, going back to January 2024, why did Dumichel assault and falsely arrest me? 6, regarding the incident last year, if he believed I had assaulted him, why did he drop the assault charge within an hour? 7, when Dumichel arrested and assaulted me, was he acting on his own accord or was he being instructed by then Deputy PM Chrystia Freeland and or her staff member to assault and arrest me? 8, did the RCMP conduct a formal review of this incident? If so, can you kindly provide me with the results of that investigation? And 9, can you kindly provide me with how many complaints Dumichel has received during his tenure at the RCMP? And I received a response from the RCMP's Robin Percival, she, her, L. Wow, a 3-pronouner. Quote, hi, David. Due to ongoing litigation, the RCMP is not in a position to provide comment, end quote. That's it? Well, yeah. But that is so disingenuous, folks. Just because something is before the courts, which is to say, we are indeed suing the RCMP for the 2024 false arrest, that does not mean either party is obligated to take a vow of silence. And really, if what you are going to state to a journalist is exactly the same as what you plan to say to a judge, what's the problem?